In a world where there are vampires and neat freaks, but not zombies, only one movie can, well, almost make sense of it. It's The Vault of Horror. What's up, Patrick?
What up, bud?
I'm Drew. This is the Comic Book Picture Show. And, Patrick, what's your dream/phobia thingy?
Being forced to watch Barbarella again.
That's fair. That's fair. Mine is being mean to robots. Because I know the robots are going to take us over eventually.
Don't put that out there.
The robots are coming for us.
We're a long way from Ultron, alright?
Don't trust the AIs. Some people are like, oh no, ghosts are real. I'm like, fuck that shit. Don't trust the robots. Don't trust the robots.
What about aliens?
Trust issues. Don't trust the aliens. They might be able to work their way in. Like, treat it like you were dating, like, the scuzziest boy at your school. You know what I mean?
Got you. So, Vault of Horror.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bringing me all back to my point of, I don't know. We are watching Vault of Horror this week. It was a 1975 picture, I believe. Right? 73? 73.
Yeah, and it was almost identical to the last movie we watched, but the stories weren't as good.
Yeah, they were nonsense, and there was no gravekeeper, and there was a lot of bleh. But, of course, we had to go through the pageantry of it all. It was released in March 1973 by 20th Century Fox. Here's the thing about this movie. It had got buried away in history. Nobody talks about this movie anymore. So much so that I can't find an official release date. Just a month.
Well, we did watch vampires tap a guy like an egg, so...
Yeah, you're telling me people don't want to remember when that came out? And I can't even find a box office or a fucking budget of this movie.
Voodoo portraits.
You mean maybe the voodoo people got the money?
I don't know. That's possible.
Maybe the numbers got wiped away with paint thinner.
Yeah.
Puns, everyone. Puns. It was directed by Roy Ward Baker, who made about 1 billion movies. Mm-hmm. None of them you've ever heard of.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've seen one called A Night to Remember, and I don't really remember it. So, there's that. And it was written by Milton Zabowski, who wrote the last one.
Weird.
Yeah, so maybe
the other one was just better stories.
I mean, it did come out a year after the first one, so maybe he was rushed on this one to just get it out there.
Possible.
But I don't know, it was weird. I don't really like it. We're gonna get into it.
Still the second best movie we've seen so far, probably.
Yeah. We're gonna get into a hot streak soon.
Yeah, man.
Like 2 more weeks. Well, a month from now, because we release these every other week. So, 2 more episodes. Woo! We're getting to Superman. Anyways, of course, before we do any of that, we have to go through our 3 segments. The first one being, is it rotten?
It's definitely rotten.
Well, you could let the music play first.
No.
See, was that so goddamn hard? Was that so goddamn hard, Patrick?
A little bit.
I try and put nice work into this. I make this a nice show for you. And this is what you do to me?
Yup.
I'm gonna fucking Eleanor you, I swear to God. So what do you think, Pat? Is it rotten? Not rotten?
It's rotten.
Guess what? There's not enough reviews to fucking calculate a rotten score for this thing. The audience score is 51%. But there's no Metacritic score, and there's only 4 critic reviews.
And are they well received or no?
3 out of 4.
Wow.
Yeah, it's odd. Well, one of them was from last year. Well, August of 2018, yeah. From Matt Brunson of Creative Loafing. It's tales of comparable quality to those found in its predecessor, Tales from the Crypt. It was lacking. Commercial Appeal from Memphis, Tennessee was a publisher from which John Bufus wrote his review on December 18, 2014, saying the Scream Factory has issued Vault Uncut in America for the first time on Blu-ray. The transfer restores several gruesome... That's just a fucking liner note thing. Oh, and he calls Terry Thomas Gaptooth. That's rude. Dennis Schwartz of Osis World Movie Reviews. Seriously, did no real critic fucking review this movie?
Probably not.
Baker failed to oomph it out. Really? That's your quote? Baker failed to oomph it out? To get any oomph out. What? These reviews are as disappointing as the movie.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah, I think every story was just too much and not enough at the same time.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Almost like people's outfits. Let's get into wearing it! What is with guy number 5's wig?
I don't know.
I hate
the
his
beard.
whole look. His mustard suits throughout the whole thing.
I couldn't figure out that entire thing at all. Anything that was going on with that
When
guy.
have you ever met a painter that wears so much beige? You know what I mean? Like, he wears that to, like, his dad's, like, office Christmas party or something.
Colors for the art, damn it.
I'm just saying, you think, like, he's got the fucking ugly beard and dumb afro. That's clearly a wig. Like, we can't give him some, like, eccentric clothing of some kind. And then, like, everybody else is very, like, I don't know. The first guy's kind of dressed weird, but he's also, like a tall, gangly fella. So, I don't know if clothes just fit him weird.
I don't know.
Like, I don't know. His shoulders were very pointed in those suits. But everybody else is very, like, by the books and stuff. And
Right. Nothing really special about the wardrobe.
Eleanor had on an outfit in the living room when, like, homie's going to cook for her. And she's just in that purple thingy with the big glasses reading her fucking magazine and shit. I'm like, girl, you are in the 70s.
Yeah.
What is up?
I can't wait to get to that one.
Oh, we're getting there soon enough, bud.
No.
Because this is now time for segment number 3. It is the blind ring. So, obviously, I think we've already expressed, so far, out of the 2 we've seen, we're going to put this at number 2.
I would say 2, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe 3. 2, maybe 3.
Have you seen a third yet? I don't know. It's very... I don't think they get any better as we go along.
You think it's just gonna nosedive?
Well, I mean, it's 90s, and they didn't even make any bots. Do you remember the Tales from the Crypt movies from the 90s coming out?
I don't remember them coming out, but I remember seeing stuff about them.
Really? I don't. Oh, I remember seeing stuff about the TV show.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I guess it was more the TV show than anything else. That is true.
Yeah. I mean, the fucking movie with Corey Feldman in it, I saw nothing about as a child.
No, yeah, you're right.
So, I can't imagine that's going to be a masterpiece. Something to look forward to in the future, bud. Yay! Thank God we get to do Blade Runner in April. Spoilers! We're doing Blade Runner in April. Anyways, I did write down what each story was from the movie as it was in the comic. You want to guess how many of these stories are from the actual Vault of Horror comic series?
None.
0! You win the Mega Millions. Congratulations. Tom, tell him what he's won. Anyways. Yeah. There's 4 Tales from the Crypt stories. And 1 from Suspense Stories. Number 1. Or Shock Suspense. I don't... It's supposed to say suspense stories, but it's all one word. It's very dumb. Start off our movie with 5 bros, 5 homies.
5 homies.
5 gentlemen. 5 creatures of the night.
I still don't know why that one guy's there.
The painter?
No.
Oh, we'll get to him. He's second. We gotta get through the first guy. But yeah, they're all in the elevator. And we apparently go down. And all of a sudden, we're just at this gorgeous dining room table inside this weird mirror room. And there's 5 seats for the 5 gents. And the elevator won't open back up. So it's like, rather than freak out over the fact that we're fucking trapped here,
naturally, let us 5 strangers get fucked up together. There's whiskey at the table. Fuck it.
Yeah, right.
Let's just do it.
I promise you, if we ever get locked in a room together, I'm probably just gonna freak out. Like, I'll probably just keep ramming at the door until I tire myself out and cry on the floor. So, yeah. And then we get into some weird conversation about dreams. And we all have to talk about each other's dreams. Because, of course, what I'm going to do when I first meet a person is tell them my deepest, darkest fear.
Yep.
That's my favorite thing to do. And then I also like to pull out my small willy and be like, won't you laugh at me, please? Thank you so much.
What's the most embarrassing thing you ever did?
Yeah. Well, thank
What's
goodness.
your biggest shame?
Yeah, thank goodness we're recording this, because I wanted to tell you. But yeah, so we get into the first guy's story. And the first guy hired a hitman, and the hitman did his job. Apparently someone's dead now. Good job, hitman. But now the hitman's dead, because he takes his tie and chokes him with it. Ruh-roh, what a turn. And he takes his money back. Which, I mean, I guess makes sense. If you're going to kill your hitman, why leave your money?
Right. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Guys, if you're ever going to murder your hitman, always make sure to take the money back. And, let's be honest, now they have a debit card. Clean out their ATM. Then he goes to eat at some restaurant, and the restaurant won't let him eat anything. They're basically being snobs about it and be like, dog, we're fucking closed.
Yeah.
But the light was on. Tough shit. Okay. Then he leaves, the light gets turned back off. Whatever. Not a big deal. He goes and visits his sister. He's like, hey, what up, redhead? How we doing? You kind of look like that one girl from that, do you remember? Fuck. What was the alien show on Disney Channel in the 90s?
Oh, you got me, but...
You don't remember the one where the mom was a singer? And then, like, this girl would just keep finding aliens or ghosts or something in every town they would go to?
No!
I have to... Okay, so I meant So Weird.
I don't know it, yeah.
You don't know So Weird?
No.
You're a bad friend. The IMDb synopsis of So Weird is a preteen girl travels around the country continuously stumbling over supernatural occurrences without anyone to believe her. She posts what she finds on her, I think her blog? What she finds on her website entitled So Weird. So it's an early blog show in 1999. Disney's a revolutionary company.
Oh, man.
But yeah, no, I thought the sister looked like Mackenzie Phillips, who was the mom in the show.
Ah.
Yeah, look at her.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, everyone would Google Mackenzie Phillips.
So, the walking keg found his sister.
Yeah. Yeah, so, because this guy, like, apparently The sister is like the heir to their dead father's money, and
which is who you have to guess that he asked the hitman to kill, right?
Right, but maybe there was another sibling, because the hitman said he did his job. So I'm just like, what did you do if you didn't kill the sister? And like, why didn't the brother freak out if he was supposed to kill the sister, and he didn't kill the sister? Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't he be pissed and like have some kind of reaction when he saw her face?
Right.
But like, none of that. And so he goes and he stabs her himself. Fun. Good stuff. And then he goes back to this restaurant. And he's like, there's a bunch of people here now. That's super not cool. I'm gonna sit back down and I'm gonna eat. Because I don't give a shit that I just murdered 2 people. I'm hungry, damn it. You're gonna fucking feed me. So they bring him a nice bowl of soup. Or is it blood? Yeah. Yeah, it's blood. It's really blood. I'm not fucking with you. It was really blood. I mean, it looked like mango punch, but it was blood.
Yep.
And he's like, what the fuck? Why am I drinking blood? And they open up the mirror, and of course, nobody else is in the reflection but him. Yada, yada, yada. His sister walks in. He's like, oh, fuck, my sister's a vampire too? That's not cool. She throws something on the ground. Everybody else crowds around him. He starts screaming, and then he goes quiet. And she takes a glass from somebody of blood. And then you see that there's a spigot in homie's
They
neck.
tapped the dude like a keg.
Dog. Okay, first of all, he's still like blinking and reacting and stuff. I'm like, no, after like 8 glasses, you're done, you're out.
No.
Like, what are you talking about? But like, that is one of the weirder things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that one was bad.
That one I almost give aces to.
Really? You like that one?
I like the ending.
I didn't like anything about that one, really.
It's all dumb leading up to it, but like at the same time, if I'm gonna watch this horror anthology thing, and this is like the second of like 4 movies, I can have a spigot in someone's neck in one of the stories.
Well, that's fine. It was just the whole story to begin with. Like, she gave
Oh yeah,
the
the story
vampire...
sucks. The story sucks. But yeah, I didn't mind the spigot at the end. I was like, this is weird. But yeah, whatever. You know, nowadays it would be way more gruesome where we'd have to see it like all rusted into his neck and shit, and like there's
It was
blood.
gush.
Yeah, it would be obnoxious.
Yeah.
Now we have to go to guy number 2's story. This guy number 2 I wrote is boring.
Yeah, guy number 2 is a neat freak.
Yeah.
Why is he where they are, though? Like, he yells at his wife about...
Wait. Let's go through the story, and then you can make your ranty point. Because it'll be easier to elaborate on your point once it's all out there.
Yeah.
Because he's a neat freak. You know, he like shows her like sports shops a certain way, all the spices are a certain way. You know, I have such and such amount of food in the cupboards, and you cross out the check marks for the spaces when you use one of the things, and blah 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 blah. He's a Looney Tune. And then his wife puts her cup down on the table without a coaster.
Yep.
And then the apocalypse happens. Because then she has to go over, find coasters, and put her glass over on a coaster. And then she's going to go downstairs, get some wood shine and a rag, but she knocks some stuff over on the way. And then she knocks the wood shine on the carpet. So she like rubs it into the carpet and then hides it with the bearskin rug.
She literally looked like all the people they ever show in the infomercials that, like, spill something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just like, I'm gonna wreck what's on the wall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spill this all over the place. Oh, a potted plant.
Yeah. Have you ever had problem holding things in your hand? Like, that's basically what it was, where it was like all stoogey and like all thatty, where it's just like, hold on, let me just sweep everything off the table right here.
Yep.
And like, hold on, I need to pull a nail out, so knock the whole thing over. Like, I was really trying to renegade through the whole thing, and I was like, nope, once he interrupted, I gave up. Oh my god. But yeah, so she does this whole thing, and then she finally gets a hammer and a nail so she can put what the paintings that she dropped on the floor back up. And then he like comes home and starts screaming, so she just fucking whacks him straight in the head with a fucking hammer.
Yeah, it kills him.
Yeah.
So, like, he yelled at her a lot? But what did he do that was so bad that puts him in the hell with all the murderers and shit?
He
right?
did something. Because you don't just do that to some, like, you don't, like, put somebody's whole, like, body in different jars and, like, label them and organize them if they weren't a fucked up person. Like, he was hitting her.
Yeah, like, maybe. It just didn't show anything like that. All it showed was him being super eccentric about the cleat. Like, he just wanted everything specific.
I almost want this movie to be more okay in my head, so I just want to believe he was a worse person.
Yeah, you're just demonizing him. Yeah,
I'm
because,
just like, he's like, he killed a fucking cat once,
he was
okay?
definitely, like, not pleasant. I'll give you that.
Oh yeah,
But-
he was so irritating.
But she killed him. Shouldn't she have been there? Is just my whole point.
Probably. She probably should have been there, like, serving them drinks and cleaning the table the whole time. Like, as her punishment.
Or something.
You know what I mean?
She probably should have just replaced him there.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think after the fucking whole hammer to the head, maybe he can just sit in purgatory for a while.
Yeah.
If we're going off the Catholicism thing.
Hammer to the head. Oof.
How do you want
bad.
your fiance to murder you someday, bud?
You're fucking up with it.
Hey, these are these questions that we can have fun with, right? Right?
Boy.
Anyways. I want them to smother me in my sleep someday.
That's not okay.
No, it's
No
not.
smothering.
I prefer if they don't do it, but like,
I prefer not. But if they're gonna.
yeah, just don't make it messy and stuff. Just like while I'm sleeping, like I probably won't notice anyways. I'll just stay sleeping. It's fine. I'm a heavy sleeper. Might cut this whole part out. Nah, only horror freaks are gonna listen to this episode anyway, let's be honest. They'll love it. Anyways. Guy number 3. He's the worst.
Yeah.
Because immediately we're in, like, somewhere Middle East. I don't know if we actually ever... Oh, I think the wife said it at one point, but I don't remember what she said. But yeah, we're in the Middle East somewhere. And, there's only 3 people by our count that we found that were wearing, brown makeup. I think. Could be wrong. But some people, looked like they had bronzer. For sure. Anyways. And there was a guy doing a whole trick about putting a little kid in a basket and like, let me shove this sword into the basket, and then it comes out all bloody, and then like, let me shove it through the side to make sure if I didn't kill the kid the first time, I got him the second time. And now comes the kid, pop out of the basket, ta-da, I'm safe.
Then sword in the mouth, and then dickhead calls him out.
Yeah.
What, like, yo, if you're a magician, you're really just gonna blow up his spot like that?
Yeah, right. Like that's
what would you do if somebody did that to you at one of your shows?
Yeah, right. Like that would be like a comedian go at another comedian show, be like,
Heckling?
yeah, this shit's whack, bro. Dude, shit's tired. Come on, we were talking about this topic like 5 years ago. Move on. Nobody cares about Monica Lewinsky anymore. Anyways. But yeah, like, he's just a prick, and then we finally have him walk down some weird corridor or something, who cares? And you see some girl, and she's, you know, playing this instrument that I could not begin to guess what it actually is.
No.
You're like, I'm not even tempting. And she has a rope that starts, levitating up towards the ceiling from this wicker basket.
Yeah, and then it just kind of curls and then stays put, and that confuses the logic of that. Confuses the shit out of me.
It's all under her possession.
I know. It's just weird how they made it.
She claps and it falls down.
Yeah.
So I think I think it's her making. If I'm gonna try and give logic to this, it's her making the sound that'll make it go, and then it'll stay there. But a disruption of a different sound from her will make it go bye bye.
Ah, there you are.
Logic? Sorta. Anyways, so after that, we have to fucking, blah blah blah, tell the wife, oh my god, there's this amazing trick. I don't know how she did it though. Let's fucking kill her and take it. Alright, cool. So he convinces her to come back to the hotel to show his wife, who's supposedly sick. And as soon as she starts showing her, he immediately stabs her through the back to the front with a sword, which I'm overkill.
And then he just somehow knows how to play that fucking instrument thing, man. I don't really
he's just
understand
blowing and putting his finger in front of the holes.
I know, but he does, in order to keep it up, he does kind of find somewhat of a quick melody to keep it hovering. But you know what I mean?
You know how to tap your fingers on a table.
I guess it just sounded a little prettier than maybe you would have wanted it to.
Come on, it's not. He wasn't doing anything amazing. He wasn't playing Beethoven's symphony for us.
Not at all.
But so, and then the wife climbs it, and once she gets to the top, she vanishes.
And then red.
Yeah, starts appearing on the ceiling. I'm like, are we gonna cut to the next floor where she's dead somehow? Maybe she's stabbed through the gut or something? And then nope, instead we're gonna have this guy run around the room while the fucking rope just whips at him a bunch. And you gotta remember, it's 1973, kids. So how do you think this looks? Did it?
Dude, I couldn't handle it.
Can you imagine anyone actually watched along with us on this movie?
Yeah, dude. That's where
that means they watched the rope whip fight too.
They lost me. That's where they really lost me. I was already before it, but that's where it was
Well, you know what, Patrick? I am going to formally apologize to you and the listeners right now that you had to watch that rope whip fight.
I don't want it.
You don't accept it? Fine, fuck you. Any hoozle. So once he gets hung by the rope himself, we cut back to the room again. And now we're on to guy 4. And at this point, I literally took one note for each guy. The next 2 guys. I fell asleep for a minute during guy 5, and you had said something to me, and I was like, oh yeah, watching a movie.
Yeah, he was I was looking at my phone too. I just happened to look up and catch that he was reading Tales of the Crypt.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
But that was that guy number 4?
I don't even know.
Cause he was.
I have them jumbled up what order they went in.
Yeah, because he was. It must be guy number 4, because he was buried alive guy. He was the guy that was going to take this serum that will slow his heart rate down, that even the smartest of dopes will fucking say that he's dead. He'll get buried alive. The guy will collect his insurance money.
Dig him up.
Dig him up, bring him back to the apartment.
But other people actually dig him up. And Guy ends up running into a tree because they run away from him.
Mm-hmm.
When they do successfully dig him up and he's still alive.
And then another guy just bashes him in the head because he thinks he's a zombie.
Yeah.
And that was the quickest we've told any of these stories so far, but it's a real dumb story.
That's basically all that happened.
Yeah, I mean, that one really just fucking gassed me out. If we were reviewing a pay-per-view right now, this would be the 1-star fucking bullshit match. The Nia Jax match or something. On a pay-per-view, I'd be like, this was a bummer. This made this a bad pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Moving on. Story 5. So there's this artist. He has a bad wig. If I haven't brought it up before, his wig is terrible. Anywhoozle. So yeah, there's this painter dude, and he finds out his paintings are worth a lot of money back in England. And he's like, what the fuck you mean? This dude told me they were worth shit. Well, actually, he just sold it for $5,000. Oh, dope. So because he's in the middle of like Africa or something.
I don't even know where he's at.
Yeah, wherever. He goes to somebody that knows voodoo, and he wants to buy some voodoo.
Wants to buy some voodoo. I'm gonna go to the voodoo store.
Hey y'all,
buy me some voodoo.
Yeah. Hey y'all, where you got your voodoo? I heard some voodoo was on sale this week. I figured I'd stock up. Anywho, I've done that a lot this episode. This fucking movie sucks. Alright. So, basically the guy's like, okay, well, you see that boiling pot of water? Put your hand that you paint with in it. Alright, no. He's like, okay, stone face. Perfect, let me put my hand in it. And so he puts his hand in it and he's like, oh, not hurting me. That's weird. Pulls it out. He's like, okay, so I'm voodoo now? And the guy's like, yeah, pretty much. You'll figure it out. Go have fun, bud.
He was the biggest jerk in the whole movie, this guy. Like,
yeah.
Through all the other guys, he kept making remarks to them, and then that guy helps him, and he was a jerk to him, too.
And all the other stories were, like, at most, like, 12 to 13 minutes long. This one's, like, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's not that good.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm glad I slept through a minute of it. I wish I had slept through 5 minutes of it. But anywho, so he figures out that if he paints someone and then destroys the picture, that it will, like, do the same to them. Because he draws a piece of bread and erases the corner of it, and there's a mouse eating that piece of bread in the corner. Oh, isn't that funny? So, 3 dudes that screwed him over: the art dealer, the art handler, and whoever else. He takes out the art dealer's eyes by poking him through, and somebody throws acid in his face. In reality, in response to that,
he cheated on his wife. Yeah.
Yeah, which, I mean, something was gonna happen to you that day, anyways, bud.
Yeah, and what a jerk was he about it? He's like, well, modern times. What are you gonna do, babe?
Yeah, he's like, free love, hippie shit. What do you want? I still think you're pretty.
Here's some acid.
Yeah, just be happy I don't divorce you. And then he takes out the art handler's hands, because we're clever. And so he gets his cut off by a paper cutter.
Yeah.
Like one of those guillotine-looking ones. Which, like, I don't think we've had those around since, like, the 1940s.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure we've had the handled guillotine thingies for a while now.
The last guy, though, is the one with I have the biggest issue with. Is the last guy.
What did he do to the last guy again? I don't remember.
He made the guy turn his gun on himself and shoot himself.
Oh yeah, by
But he did everything else. They figured out their own way how to do it. Like, he put the dot in his head. I thought this was kind of supposed to be like some Final Destination type shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's what's happening around them that's causing this, not them themselves consciously killing themselves. So that last guy was kind of like, fuck you.
Yeah.
About just a little bit.
Like, I feel like if Voodoo had a say in all of this, Voodoo would have been like, really, dude? He's the only one with a gun in his hand in this whole room, and you're going to put a red dot on his forehead? Now I gotta look like a dummy trying to force his hand back on his own forehead? You know what, dude? You're making me look like a real punk right now, and I don't fucking appreciate it. Fuck you, man. And that's why. Because if Voodoo doesn't like the way he goes about his punk-ass shit, that's why at the end, He has a painting of himself. He put the portrait in a safe. He starts suffocating because, the painting's not getting any air in the safe. Because why does that matter? And so he pulls the painting out of the safe, puts it on a stand.
Oh, now I can breathe.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, but he left his watch at the guy's fucking office because, he had to be clever and be like, you have 2 minutes to live. What? Why did you need that dramatic step? Why? It wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
But anyways, he, tells him that. And, we have the whole gun thing, but then he has to go back and get the watch. And there's somebody painting an advertisement on the billboard above his apartment. So he accidentally knocks over his paint thinner, which goes crashing through the glass ceiling, which, oh no, gets all over the painting, right as he gets fucking run over by an 18-wheeler.
On his head, and the paint thinner hit his face, the one side of his face.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I was hoping he was just gonna melt in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
That could have been fun. I mean, especially after bullfight whip thing, and then I was just throwing bull in that just because the bull whip thing. Anyway, the rope whip fight thing, and the spigot neck. I was like, I'm ready for a guy to melt. This movie's gotten weird enough. I'm just
Slightly different with the ending though, with this one. Because before, it was basically them going to hell, right? It was them basically throwing them through the door.
Yeah.
And this one was more just like, they didn't die around the same time. They're just forced to come out and relive their stories every day.
Yeah. And again, why is the neat freak in hell telling that story?
Right.
That's Eleanor's story. His story is like, I was rude to everyone ever.
Right, that's what's weird about it, because everybody airing their shit, that was more her shit.
Yeah. He should have to be the devil's PR guy now. I don't know. Anyway. Alright, Patrick. On a scale of 1 to 5 neck spigots,
I'll give you 1 next spigot.
1?
Yeah.
I'll see your 1. And I'll go... I think I gave Danger Diabolic 1.5 naked ladies.
Yeah, I'm feeling super harsh today for some reason.
So I'm gonna have to, just on principle, go with 2 neck spigots.
There you go.
Yeah, what were you just about to say?
Nothing.
No, it felt like you were about to say a thing, and then you just quietly kept it to yourself, okay, that's fine. Nothing?
Nothing.
Alright, fine. Whatever. Not a very good movie. Not a big recommends.
No.
Not even for a Tales of the Crypt completistness thing.
Yeah, I feel like that's why my attitude towards this one was worse, because I actually liked the last one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That always kind of irks when it's a sequel.
Well, guess what, bud?
We have a bunch more to go.
A lot more irking coming your way. Until then, I'm at Drew Dorrance.
At Pop Top Hat.
And we are always at Cold Pizza NY. Until next time, we will see you for Doc Savage.